video like that.
Today, we are talking about queefing.
Oh yeah, we're going there.
We know that this can be a really embarrassing subject, so today we wanted to take the mystery out of queefing. We are going to break down what it is, why it happens, maybe talk about how you can stop doing it. But before we get into all of that, we want to ask you, have you or your partner ever queefed? Let's normalize it. Let us know in the comments if it's ever happened to you.
If you're brand new here, we also want to say hi before we get into the queefing. We're Vanessa and Xander.
It's an interesting video to find us for the first time.
Yeah, but you know, welcome. Vanessa's a sex therapist. That's why we're talking about this. I'm a regular dude. We've been together for 14 years, and the cute faces to the side of us are our pugs, Maggie and Winston. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't.
And our account is all about giving you the tools, tips, and techniques that you need to create a truly extraordinary relationship inside of the bedroom and out. So if you know you are interested in that, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
All right, so let's get right into it. So what the hell is queefing?
What is it?
What is it? So what queefing really is when air gets trapped in the vagina and it makes a squelching or a farting sound when it comes out. I think oftentimes we get really in our heads and worry that like somehow we are farting out of our vagina. But the reality is it is just air getting trapped up there. It is not coming from inside of you.
All right, so a lot of women and vulva owners get very embarrassed about this happening, but like Xander was starting to say, like queefing is totally normal and natural. The reason why it's happening is because there's a penis, a toy, some sort of penetrating object that's driving the air up in there, and that air has to be released, and it is getting released in the sound of a queef.
So some positions can exacerbate queefing. So for example, doggy style is one of the worst positions if you're worried about queefing or if you tend to queef. Like it's just so much easier for air to get pushed up and trapped in there, and then it needs to come back out. Another thing that can exacerbate or increase queefing is if the penetrator is removing and reinserting their penis or a toy repeatedly, like taking it all the way out and putting it all the way back in, because as you might imagine, there is much more potential for air to get trapped and pushed up when you take it out versus if you keep it inside and move it back and forth.
Getting technical here. So we really wanted to make a video about queefing because it's just one of those things that is totally normal, but nobody talks about, right? Yeah. So because we don't talk about it, we all feel embarrassed about it. What's going on? How do I stop doing this? Queefing is kind of part of the price of admission that you're gonna pay if you have any sort of penetration involved in your sex life. So it's very common. Honestly, it's inevitable. Yeah. Everybody's gonna experience it at one time or another. So we just wanna normalize. Queefing is okay.
That being said, if your queefing is feeling like an issue, if you are noticing it when you are doing just day-to-day activities and not during penetrative sex.
If it feels excessive.
Yeah, if it feels excessive, then it could be a pelvic floor issue and it could possibly be improved through pelvic floor physical therapy.
All right, so whenever we talk about queefing over on Instagram, our account's at Vanessa and Therapy, the number one question that we get asked is, how do I stop queefing? So we have the answer for you. Stop having intercourse.
Wow.
It's a little bit of tough love for you here, but if you're having any sort of penetration, whether that's a penis, a toy, queefing is pretty much inevitable. So I know it can feel embarrassing in the moment. We don't want to be doing it, but you do have to kind of think about it that way of like, okay, I could choose to never have intercourse again or to ask my partner just to go inside of me and be totally still and don't move. But honestly, do we really want to do that? Probably not. So we just have to learn to live with the queef.
All right, now you might be wondering, what is a guy's take on queefing, right? So here's what I think. Look, the reality is queefing is the penetrating partner's fault. Like, you know, if I am having sex with Vanessa and she's queefing, it's because I am pushing that air up there. Like, she is not doing anything to cause this. Like, arguably, it is my fault. Like, I'm the one doing it.
And so reframe there.
Yeah. And also like when it happens as the penetrator, like you can tell that it was by your doing. Like it is correlated with you thrusting in. And so for me, it's never felt like, oh my God, that was so gross. It was like, oh yeah, you know, it's kind of like if you accidentally fart part of your body, like with your hands, like you're like, oh yeah, I know how that happened. It's just one of those things that happens.
So we think that we all need to just learn how to laugh at queefing because honestly, it is pretty pretty funny, right? So how can we laugh about it in the moment? If you are the one who has done the queef, it can be really funny to just look at your partner and be like, excuse you, make a little joke out of it. We've heard people tell us, you know, oh, my husband says it's the sign of a job well done. So we congratulate each other in the moment.
Yeah.
One of our favorite responses that we ever got was somebody said, like, my boyfriend says it's just my vulva talking back at him.
Ooh.
So we hope this
She's
video,
saucy.
we hope this video has made you laugh, helped you realize that queefing really doesn't need to be that big of a deal. It's just a totally normal experience. So that wraps up our video on queefing.
All right, if you like this video, please give our queefing video a like. Hit that red button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I know you want more like this. We maybe won't have another queefing video, but we'll have all kinds of other videos. Maybe queefing part 2 if, you know, everyone demands it. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification icon so you keep getting notified as soon as we post more videos.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.